on my bear grease series, we're really quickly gonna throw together some bear grease soap. We had a snow day today, lots of snow. So I just got kind of a second wind. It's 7:30 and we're just gonna put together some soap. It's simple enough and it has to sit for like 12-ish, 24 hours-ish. First things first, learning how to make bear grease soap. I watched a video from Clay Newcomb through Meat Eater. The website that he uses that I also use, I will link down below as well. I'm pretty sure it's called soapkelk.net, and it gives you all of your measurements that you need for your ingredients. And it has a specific drop down for like everything that you're using for soap. It has bear tallow, it has beef tallow, it has like goat milk, it has everything you can use to put in soap. Today we're gonna be using lemongrass as a scent because I have 3 different scents that I offer: lavender, cedarwood, and lemongrass, and I've yet to even make my lemongrass yet. I've been holding it off because it hasn't been that popular of a scent. So if you're interested in my bear soap, go to my website, agirlfrommaine.com. All right, so let's get into it. Before I chuck this phone across the room, when I go on soapkelk.net, it gives you like, so you're gonna take your fat and you're gonna be like, I'm gonna use this much fat. Like this is how much fat I have. 30 ounces of fat, and then I use 11.4 ounces of water, and then I use 3.95 ounces of lye, and then 0.94 ounces of fragrance. I use 2 separate bowls, but somehow I always end up finding more to add to the mix. In this bowl is where I'm going to be mixing everything together, but I start out with my bear fat in here, so I'll measure my bear fat out in here. In this one, I am going to measure out my water, and I'm going to make sure it's warm. And then I'm gonna measure out my lye. That's where another bowl usually comes into the mix. Lye can be dangerous when used as a straight substance. It's sodium hydroxide. It's not good to get in your eyes or breathe in or anything like that. So I do wear gloves. I put my glasses on. And then normally I'm wearing a hooded sweatshirt, so I'll do like one of these. Yeah, this will probably work. I'm not a trained professional here. I don't advise doing anything unsafely. So yes, once we get the lye measured out, we will pour the lye into our warm water, and you kind of give it a stir, and then you slowly let it dissolve. Once it's dissolved, it's like a 2-minute thing. You pour your water lye into your bear fat, and then you take your immersion blender, which I got this on Amazon for like 16 bucks. I think I just blew the motor in it, and it's been doing good. You take your immersion blender and you're going to just keep blending everything around until it gets kind of a nice smoothie-ish, thicker look. And once you get that there, you're going to add in your essential oil, which you're also going to measure out. Let's get to it. I'm gonna change this to ounces. So my attempt here is, I shouldn't, but I think I'm going to, I'm going to measure out the lye first and have the lye in here and then pour my warm water in. The thing with this is it kind of like mists and steams and comes up and it gets hot. So it's not the safest. If I could measure my water out first in like a cup, then it would probably go way better. Ounces. That's 11.4 ounces. Wow, I'm good. It's crazy. Okay, so this is the water that I need. Glasses. And we do gloves. I'm just gonna try to not breathe it in. So for lye, we do 3.95 ounces. Should probably take it off the scale. Science experiment right there. So I read the bottle after I did that, and it says never to add water to it, always add it to water. So that's probably why my brain didn't want to do it. But it was a science project, is what it is. You want to wait for it to cool down. So this has cooled down a lot. I kind of like took a second, so it's been a little bit. So I'm now gonna pour this into my bear oil. Now we're gonna mix this, really? Now we're gonna mix this for a bit just to get it really starting to blend together, and then we'll add our fragrance in, and then we'll add our fragrance in. Then we'll add our fragrance. This is really obnoxious, so enjoy some elevator music. I said I got this immersion blender on Amazon for super cheap. It was like 16 bucks. I think I just blew the motor in it. And I also tripped the breaker here in our island plugins. But luckily, it's at a pretty good consistency that I can work with it. It may just take a little bit longer for it to form in the mold, is the only thing. This is what it looks like. Jiggly, less liquidy. We're gonna pour it in here now, and let me show you what I do. So like the last video, you're gonna use a towel. Now I'd highly recommend putting a towel down. Now you're gonna take your fat, and you're just gonna pour it in. I wish you guys could smell this right now because it smells like fruit roll-ups, like no other. So then I take it and I just kind of like chink it is the word I want to use. You can also take it and just shake it. Sometimes I'll like bloop, 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 do this little number so it has little. Next, you're going to take a piece of parchment paper. I fold it like so. Place it right over. And then I take my towel. Just make sure that parchment paper stays down as you wrap. So then take this and you unravel it like this. Boom. And there you have it. I just talked to you guys for like 5 minutes and then realized I wasn't recording. So I will let this sit in this towel until tomorrow afternoon. I'll probably take it out of the mold around 3 or 4 just because I have stuff going on, and I think it should sit a little bit longer because my immersion blender broke and I didn't get to get it thicker than I wanted, but it's really fine. It's just gonna take a little bit longer to dry in the mold. You can leave it in the mold as long as you want. You just don't want it to get too dry to the point where you can't cut it. Because if you leave it too long and then you try to cut it, it'll like break apart. And you want to get those nice squares. So I will cut it tomorrow, and then my process with it is I let it sit in a well-ventilated area for 3 weeks, and that's when it's ready to use. Because of the lye in it, you want to get the pH balance to a correct standard, basically, for everyone's skin. Technically, I'll cut it into bars, it'll dry out for a couple days, and then you could use it. But for someone like me who has sensitive skin, I'd probably get a rash or break out because of how strong the pH is in the lye. This won't be up for sale on the website until, so probably the beginning of May. I'll put this up. It's a great scent for spring. So it legitimately smells like fruit roll-ups right now, but it's so strong when you make it. When I cut it up and once it's like cured and dried for the 3 weeks, it definitely tones down a ton. But if you guys are interested at all in any of these soaps, I have lavender and cedarwood scents available on my website, and I love them. If you're interested, I definitely recommend bear fat. Animal fat is so good for your skin, and I have everything right on my website for all your skincare needs. I have lip balms. Don't look at my lips and say, oh, she makes lip balm, look at her lips, it must not work. It works. I am just bad at taking care of myself. So I have the lip balm, and then I have the soap, and then I will probably, by the time this video goes out, I will have some lotion up. I just need to get some jars for it and kind of formulate a better way to get it whipped, but I am attempting to make like a whipped lotion, specifically moisturizing and specifically for your face. I made a sample lotion and I've been using it on my face, and oh my god, you guys, I am gonna be 28 this year. Look at my skin, it's like a baby's butt. My freaking dog right now, I need to show you him. Is it rough being a doo-doo beaners? Oh, it's hard life? Okay. In case you guys didn't know, it's a really hard life being a dog. Alright guys, I'll see you here with another one at some point. I'm also going to give you how I do my lip balm, and then I'd like to do how I do my lotion. It's probably going to be a while before I get any of those videos out because there's a lot going on and I don't have the free days coming up for a couple weeks, but I will get them to you at some point throughout the next couple months, hopefully. And I hope you guys, if you do go on and buy any of my products or try any of my products, I hope you enjoy them, and I hope they help your skin. Anyways, glad I could entertain you. I'm going to get my baby ducks tomorrow.